The straight line starts actually with the slope of a line. What is the slope of a line? Slope is when you are going on, suppose you are going by car on a road and a flyover is there, then you will always say that slope is there, whether upwards or downwards, whatever. It is the slope. See, this is x-axis, say you can say the road, and this is perpendicular to it, y-axis, and here we are going and we are at point A, then at point B. There is no change. See, x is changing, but there is no change in y. And when flyover comes, we are at point C, and after some time we are at point D. There is a change in x, this much, so there is a corresponding change in y also, right? So if there is a change in x and corresponding change in y, then we can say that slope is there, whether upward or whether downside. If there is a change in x, there is a corresponding change in y also, we can say it is slope. So see, what is actually slope is, see, if this is the line, we are here at point x1 y1, then after some time x2 y2. This is point x1, this is point y1, point x2, and this is point y2, right? Then from x1 to x2, if we are moving, earlier we are at this point, from here to here we are moving, then what is change in x is x2 minus x1. Same way, what is change in y is, now this total is y2, this is y1, so change in this is this, that is y2 minus y1. So what is the rate of change, that is change in y upon change in x, is called slope. Change in y with respect to change in x, that is the rate of change of y with respect to x, that is what is called slope of a line, that is how y is changing when x is changing. So what is change in y is y2 minus y1, and what is change in x here is x2 minus x1. So we got one definition of slope, that is, if we know the points on a line x1 y1 x2 y2, then slope is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, and it is always represented by small m. M represents slope, right? Now we do have one more definition of slope. Let us see, we have points x1 y1 and x2 y2 on a line, and let us say this angle is theta. What is theta? Angle of inclination. How line is inclined, and that angle of inclination is always with respect to x-axis, horizontal. So if this is the line, this theta, angle of inclination, is the angle made by the line with x-axis in its positive direction, in this direction. right? It lies in between 0 to 180. It lies in between 0 to 180. So this is angle of inclination. So let us say this is angle theta. So same here, if this is theta, this will also be theta. Now what is slope is? This is y2 minus y1 change in y upon x2 minus x1 change in x. This much and this much. Right? According to trigonometry in this triangle, we'll have y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. We can say it is tan theta. So we do have one more definition of slope. This is what is slope. That y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, and we got it tan theta. That means if we know the angle of the line with x-axis, then we can find the slope of the line by using tangent of that angle. So we do have one more definition here, that slope is tan theta, where theta is the angle of inclination. Right? So if we know the angle also, if we know the points also, then also we can find the slope. If we know the angle with x-axis, then also we can find the slope of a line. Just write it down.